During the night, someone has broken into my truck and stolen a lot of valuable tools. They even had the audacity to do it right outside my property. First, the guy scouts the truck out and you can see he's having a look inside. And then about an hour later, he comes back prepared. But unfortunately, the tools that they did grab, which I mistakenly left on the back seat at the end of a long day, were the most valuable ones I've got.
Without his tools and van, he isn't able to make money, so he needs to come up with an alternative fast.
As I was clearing up, I did find some evidence. Here we've got the stone here that they obviously used to break the window. I then sort of went into detective mode and I went to one of the dodgiest streets in Brighton. I was having a look around like I was always going to see the guy with the tools, but I knew that was pretty unlikely. But you feel like this is the place they would go to sell the stolen tools. I left my details in a couple of the cash converters and said if anyone comes in with these tools and these toolboxes, maybe they could give me a call. But without a crime reference number, they didn't really want to help. So then it was off to the police station to obviously file a report. And I've got zero confidence that the police are obviously going to solve this crime. And to be fair, they don't have a lot to go on, but they didn't want these stones, which they said have obviously got DNA on them. But they said you can't get DNA off a stone.
After filing a police report and claiming insurance damage on the van, it's time for him to manage his workday.
Then I quickly popped home and considered the excess claim on getting the window replaced through my insurance company, but I'm not sure about that. And then it was time to try and go to work, which obviously with not all the tools was going to be difficult. I really wanted my SDS drill for this one because I had to drill lots of holes in this customer's wall. The walls were solid. Luckily, with the drills that I did have, I kind of managed to get there. So I screwed about 4 holes into 4 different locations because they were going to be putting some pitches up later on.
Despite not having his entire toolkit, the customer wasn't making things any easier with what they asked him to do.
Now, the customer did find a few other odd jobs for me to do whilst here, including this one here, where the lead flashing has come away from the wall and they were getting some water ingress. Now, I'm not a roofer, guys, and this is definitely not a day to try and slate me about my work. I basically put the lead flashing back in and then I put some sealant over the top. And the customers are going to be selling this property. I told them this is not a permanent fix, but it's the best I can do to try and watertight this in the short term. Then they also had this hole in the ceiling, which they wanted filled in quickly. So after I'd done these jobs for this customer, I decided to just give up on the day and then go home and face the reality of how much money I'm going to have to spend replacing all of these tools. This is going to hurt.
Thieves breaking into cars is often an opportunistic crime, but understanding their methods and targets can help you protect your vehicle. According to recent research, approximately 50% of vehicle-related crimes of opportunity occur during broad daylight. Even more surprising is the primary location for these incidents. Despite the perceived security of being at home, 43% of vehicle burglaries, vandalism and theft happen right in people's own driveways. After facing such a difficult setback, he managed to get through his workday, even without his essential tools. I'm sure the cops will deal justice to the thief if they catch him. What are your thoughts on the situation? Let us know in the comments.